How did they know it was him? Scoliosis, so he had a curved spine or scoliosis. So if you want to spell out scoliosis, you can find it in your text, or you can just say he has curved spine. So that's our next main detail. Yes.
But in the DNA, you could figure it out from his ancestors and stuff. It probably runs in his family.
That's true. So we're going to put curved spine on the next detail, or you can spell out scoliosis, which is going to be found on page 40. Oh, 41. It's going to be in the second paragraph. So that detail really helped us because they knew that he had scoliosis. Scoliosis right there. That is our third supporting detail of our main idea.
I think her daddy has scoliosis. She sleeps in the back first. But you can see when she bends down, her spine pops out. And it like goes like this. And
You can tell how it curves. So some people, their family members did not have scoliosis, but they just have it. So
I think her daddy had it.
your dad?
Her daddy.
Oh, her dad. Yeah, so sometimes it does run in families. What is our last detail? Where did they find most of their evidence at? And it even created a new model for them. Alyssa?
The skull.
The skull. And underneath the skull, I want you to write details about the skull.
The daggers.
So they had holes in it where he was hit. Whenever you're done, just put your pencil down. I love the details that I am seeing. I'm going to write down. Thank you for putting your pencil down, Olivia, telling me that you're done. Perfect. Actually, I just got it right up here. How there is holes. Blues to the All right, we're just going to wait a few more minutes. Talk about this. We went over our stool and how we absolutely need, you have your reference, we need a main idea to be our seat. And then the details underneath are the legs on a stool, and the details hold up the main idea. So if we look at our main idea, which is finding King Richard III, why is it so important that they got a DNA test? They figured out he had a curved spine. They found the remains and it had a curved spine, and that the skull had holes where he was hit. Why is it important that we have these details for that main idea? Think about it. Why is it important that we need these details to support that main idea? Gabby? Yeah, to help us. We need those details to tell us, I think the main idea is about this. But think about it a little bit more. If a story had no details at all, would you be able to support the main idea of that story? Jeffrey? Why not?
Because if you just had a main idea and you thought it was true, you would have to get proof.
You have to get proof. So she could have thought, I want to find King Richard III. And she could have wrote a phenomenal story on it. But if she did not find the DNA evidence, if she did not find the curved spine, the skull, and his body under the parking lot, could she say that she found King Richard? No, she couldn't. So it's so important that we know main idea in detail. So I want you to set your main idea and detail sheets right here. You can keep your reference sheets. I will get these back to you today. I just want to make sure all is good. So we talked about main idea. We talked about details. We took a pre-assessment on dolphins, and all of you did phenomenal. So let's make sure that whenever we take our exit slip, that we remember the main idea is what the text is mostly about. And the supporting details, you're only going to have to write 2, is what connects, what supports it. So whenever you think of supporting details, pull that support. Supporting details, that is what supports my main idea. All right, so go ahead and close your books. You can use your orange reference sheet if you need it. You're going to have 5 minutes to do this. I am confident that you're going to finish just in time. Can you close your book? Make sure to write your name on your exit slip. And go ahead and begin. Everyone's using complete sentences. Whenever you're finished, you can just hand it to me. have a few more minutes left. If you're finished, you can just wait quietly. You can read through your text. You can look at your reference sheet. Let's all close our books and put down our pencils. We're gonna go back to our I can statement because this is the statement that at the end of this lesson you need to be confident in, right? Alright, so let's all read it together again. I can find the main idea of a text and explain how it is supported by key details. So, who can remind us what a main idea is? Gabby? Yes, so it's the main part of the story. It's what the whole story is about, right? And who can tell me what supporting details are? What are supporting details?
Supporting details are like things that help you understand what the main idea is about.
Yes, so if you look at your reference sheet, remember, you know the definition of the main idea and you know the definition of supporting details. So it's a great sheet to always look back at. Yes, Jeffrey?
And it helps you prove that it's true.
It helps you prove because if you're going and looking for a shark, you're going to need proof for that shark, right? Because that's your dream. So you need proof. All right. So what was the main idea of King of the Parking Lot? Alyssa? Finding King Richard. And what were a few details that supported that main idea? Natalie? How they found him. So they found him, but how did they have evidence for that? What's one supporting detail? Yes. So they had the DNA test. You also said that they measured him. What did they measure? Eye sockets, his jaw, so his skull, right? Olivia, what's one more thing we can add? His scoliosis. So they knew he was hunchback. He had scoliosis in his back, right? All right. So it is important to be able to find the main idea and supporting details in the text, because you're going to see this everywhere. You saw it in this text. You're going to be speaking about it this week in your classroom. But where else are we going to see this? It's at the end of the year. FSA. And we want to be able to find that main idea on FSA and those supporting details, because we're going to rock the FSA, right?
Last year's FSA was so easy.
Good, see? And if you have reference sheets like this that you can remember when you're taking that FSA, I remember the main idea and supporting details stool. I remember the main idea is what is the foundation up here, but I know I need those supporting details underneath to hold up the main idea to prove, right?
I still made a 3 on the game. It's so easy.
That is just fine, that's good. Good job. All right, so we're going to collect our things. We're going to take our book. We're going to take our reference sheet, and we're going to take our pencil, and we're going to quietly line up and go back to your seat, okay? All right.